So, when we talk about the function of liver, perhaps the most important function the liver plays is its role in the metabolism of lipids, in the metabolism of oily food. That's why the people who have problem in liver, who have defective liver, or who have impaired functioning of the liver, they really have a big problem in the digestion of their fatty acids or digestion of their lipid based food. One of the most important function of liver as far as the metabolism of lipids is concerned, that is involved in the synthesis of cholesterol. You know, cholesterol is this very important component of your cell membrane. It is used as a steroid hormone, and of course it's a very important component of your bile. Then liver is also involved in the phospholipid synthesis. The phospholipids again are very important components of the cell membranes. The liver take the fatty acids from the blood. The blood can either have the fatty acids which come from the breakdown of the triglycerides. For instance, when you eat food and after that those triglycerides then are degraded into the fatty acids, or during the process of fasting when your body is deprived of food, then liver absorb the fatty acids from the non-esterified fatty acids. Liver absorbs these fatty acids, whether esterified or non-esterified, from the bloodstream, of course. The fatty acids in the liver during their process of metabolism, they are esterified, further giving rise to the formation of triglycerides. These triglycerides are stored in the lipids within the liver cells known as hepatocytes, and they are stored in the form of lipid droplets. And here, in that way, liver play a vital role in storing the lipids. This, of course, you know that the lipids are the most potent energy yielding molecules. So in that way, liver's role in storing the lipids or fatty acids is of utmost importance. The fatty acids, of course, when they're metabolizing, one of the major role liver plays in the metabolism of fatty acids is the beta oxidation process, in which the fatty acids are gradually degraded unit by unit, where each unit is one acetyl CoA molecule. Eventually, you get acetyl CoA, NADH, and FADH2, which where NADH and FADH2 then finally contributes in the formation of ATP molecules through the electron transport chain. In addition to the beta oxidation of the fatty acids, the liver is also involved in the ketogenesis, as a result of which the acetyl CoA is converted into acetyl ketone bodies. And these ketone bodies, of course, are also a very important source of energy. Once the liver have excess of lipids, they have to be exported from the liver, and they are exported in the form of VLDL particles, the very low density lipoprotein particles. In that way, the liver is also very important not only in the storage of the lipids but also in the exportation of the lipids. And these lipids are, or VLDLs are, of course, then secreted into the bloodstream, from which they can go to different parts of the bodies. For instance, they can be involved in the formation of the adipose tissues. They can go to the muscles, and you know muscles needs a lot of energy also. In that way, these muscles are also very much dependent on the functioning of the proper functioning of the liver. Then, of course, the formation of bile, one of the most important function of the bile is composed of bile acids, cholesterol, phospholipid, and bilirubin. All of these ultimately leads to the digestion of lipids. This bile ultimately is stored in the gallbladder. We have already studied it, that how bile contributes towards the digestion of lipids, mainly by the process of emulsification. So in that way, you could see that how this simple looking organ is involved in performing one of the most vital functions of our body. If lipids are not being metabolized, or if your liver is not functioning well so that lipids are not being metabolized, not only the energy needs of your bodies are disturbed, but also the very important structural component of your body, like the cell membranes, like the certain parts of the muscles, certain formation of certain tissues, that also is disturbed.